So you might have people around you that are struggling a lot in life, just as you were struggling, maybe deeper, but fundamentally the core aspect of their struggle remains the same. It's an inability to face themselves. It's an inability to confront reality full on, to be accepting of the negative and horrible things that do happen in our day-to-day lives. So they're running away from those things. And when you run away from those things also, maybe for long periods of time, you get to see the inner working of someone's mind when they are in those states. And so you develop this non-judgmental attitude for maybe addicts or homeless people on the streets, or maybe a friend or a family member that's going through the same crisis. You realize that they're genuinely trying their best. And this is another key point that I want to mention. Understand that everyone is trying their best, no matter what it looks like from the external perspective. They're using everything that they have in that moment, because everyone ultimately wants what's best for themselves. Nobody purposefully wants to be self-destructive or hurtful to even other people. It's just purely coming from ignorance. They just don't know what they don't know. And so they don't have the tools to deal with these negative emotions. And when you go through a period of addiction, you realize this for yourself. You would not choose to be addicted during those periods. You would not choose to be in those ruts of escapism and just complete repression, suppression. You wouldn't choose that for yourself. Even still, you carry on. And that's because you are not conscious at that point. You're ignorant of what you don't know. And so you keep on self-destructing and hurting those around you. But when you realize this, you just can't judge people in the same way you might have judged them before. You've experienced it yourself. You can see that they're experiencing it, and you know that it's just something that you can have empathy and sympathy for, because you know the feeling now. You understand. And this is obviously addiction, and these darker periods of your life is an extreme example. But this principle, or this way of looking outside of yourself and seeing how your struggle applies to other people, is just empathy 101. But it's something that definitely is kind of brought to the limelight when you're in those deeper struggles. When you have these kind of surface level dissatisfactions, you don't really truly understand the extent of suffering, and you don't feel connected through that suffering. Maybe you're still in your ego, you still feel like you have this sense of agency and control, and you feel like other people also have that control. And so you still put blaming fingers and you point at people and make judgments. But when you get to the depths of like hopelessness, and when you have to surrender by force, the universe doesn't let you, then you realize, yeah, maybe not everyone's doing all of this stuff on purpose. Maybe they do actually want to be happy. That's about it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this insight gave you some perspective. And if you did enjoy, feel free to subscribe. There'll be more to come. But for now, peace and love.